Hi, good afternoon, families. I hope this finds you well and after having had a great week. Just a quick video update with a lot of news for you. So first, I'd like to share with you that we are very much looking forward to our first parent-teacher conferences of the year. They are next week on Wednesday, the 28th. You should have already signed up for your child's conference. If you can't remember when it is, please contact your child's teacher. She has the full schedule. If you have conferences scheduled with any special area teachers, music, art, PE, Spanish, you'll need to go into their Zoom room, Mr. Rodriguez's Zoom room, or Ms. Mendez, or Ms. Jimenez. You'll need to go into the individual teacher's Zoom room. You will find that located on your child's Wednesday lesson plan. We've linked all of the special area teacher Zoom rooms. If for your conference with your classroom teacher, you'll simply go to your classroom teacher's Zoom room. If you're also meeting with either of the primary counselors or any of the learning support teachers, that will be done in your classroom teacher's Zoom room. Okay, so just be sure that you see the Wednesday lesson plan so that you know where to go for your conferences. And again, if you don't remember your time, just contact your teacher. Please be on time for your conference. They are very tightly scheduled with zero time in between. So if you're late at all, you won't be able to make up the time. And they are exactly 25 minutes, again, with zero time in between. So if your teacher says, "I'm sorry, I have to go now," please don't think she's being rude or he's being rude. We just are on a tight schedule to try to make sure we can see everyone. Okay. Again, we look forward to seeing you to be able to discuss your child's progress and growth this term. It's exciting. If anyone wants to see me that day, to have a conference with me that day, I'll be available. So just send me an email and I'll make time for you. Okay. I'll do my best to make time for you. I already have about 5 scheduled. But beyond that, I'm happy to try. So thank you, parent conferences. Also, in the body of the email this week, I'm putting some information about what to expect at your conference and how to use this as the most valuable resource. Use your time wisely. So please make sure you read through that just to give you some hints as a parent as to what to expect and how to make it the most effective use of your time to get the answers you need. Secondly, the report cards are going home today. So first term ended back on October 14th, and we have finished reporting, and report cards will be sent to you today. You should get that email in your inbox. However, you should have received an email yesterday that told you how to activate your account. We no longer send the report cards as an attachment. You now have an account that you can go into and look through your child's report card there. So please, you should have received an email from Miss Umania. So make sure that you have seen that so you know what to do. And if you don't know, if you get confused or lost, see the body of this newsletter. I will attach Ms. Umania's email so you can contact her to ask how to see your child's report card. Attached within that report card, there is a folder of learning overviews. They're done by grade level. I ask that you please see your child's learning overview for the first term. This is very important because it tells you specifically what was taught. Your child's comments won't include that. They will just include your child's individual strengths and areas for growth according to what was taught this term, the standards that we addressed. If you want to know everything that was taught, which I hope you do, please go in and look at that learning overview. It's valuable information and it's short, a quick, easy read, just bulleted. So please look at that. And if you have any questions, contact your child's teacher. She'll be able to answer exactly what specific objectives mean. So that's very important. Again, just as a reminder, we're not doing official grades this term. It is strictly a narrative report card as we're in virtual school. And so that narrative will include what your child has been strong at according to the objectives that were taught and what areas your child still needs to continue to grow according to those objectives. Quickly, we have our monthly global citizenship assemblies coming up next week. Tuesday, October 27th, will be for early childhood, And Thursday, October 29th, will be for elementary, where we'll have our assemblies in the morning on those days during morning meeting. You don't have to do anything except for making sure that your child is on time for morning meeting that day. This month, again, we always use the UN Rights of the Child as our guiding curriculum for this, for these objectives, for these assemblies. And this month, we're looking at being inclusive. And so that's what we're going to be talking about with the children. We're going to be talking about not only accepting or tolerating people from diverse backgrounds, but being welcoming and inclusive. So we're going to be talking about exactly what that means. So please ask your child about this. Next, I have a message for you from the IT department. For those of you with children who have school iPads, so first grade, second grade, and third grade, we're having a lot of complaints about the iPad's battery life not lasting. We're also discovering that often at home, parents or students are using a charging device that is not the one sent by the school. So our IT department has asked that you please make sure that your child's iPad is being charged by the charger that we sent with it from school. If something has happened to that charger, if you've lost it or it's been damaged in some way, please contact the IT department so they can get you the correct charger. They believe that this is significantly contributing to the battery life of the iPads not lasting what they should, and it's causing you problems, and it causes problems on this end with the IT department. So please make sure you're using the right charger. Thank you. My final announcement is for parents of children in pre-kinder, kinder, prepa, and first grade. So if you don't have children in those grade levels, I wish you a wonderful weekend and look forward to seeing you at conferences on Wednesday. For those of you who are parents of children in early childhood or first grade, as you know, we applied to receive the CAI certification through the Ministerio de Salud. In other words, to open up as a daycare, to be allowed to have children back on campus. We applied for that a few months ago, and we're really excited to report that we have just received that certification. We've just received that exception. So we've just received the notification that we will be allowed to allow children pre-kinder, kinder, prepa, and first grade back onto campus. Of course, following some very strict government regulations that are completely outside of our control, but we are more than happy to follow them to get some of our children back on campus safely, which is always our top priority. I will be sending out an email later this weekend with specific information. But what's most important in that email is we are going to have a family meeting for all parents of those grade levels, early childhood and first grade. All parents or families of children in pre-kinder, kinder, prep, and first grade are welcome to come to this family meeting. At this meeting, we're going to explain all the safety protocols that we're following. We're going to explain the regulations under which we're operating. We're going to explain the schedule and how the schedule will work, what the child's day will look like, transportation, food. We're just basically going to try to explain absolutely everything I can think of that you're going to need to know before you make a decision of if your child is going to return face-to-face or if your child is going to remain in virtual school. So I urge you, when you get this email, to clear your calendar to be able to join this meeting. After the meeting, if I have not addressed a question that you have or a concern that you have, if I have not addressed it, I ask that you, one, please bring it up in the meeting. At the end, we'll have a time for questions and answers. First, I'll go through a good presentation to try to share everything I can think of. If there are things I don't address, please ask at the end. If you have something that you would consider personal and you don't want to say it in front of everyone, you can always put it in the chat privately to me in the meeting, or you can contact me individually after that meeting if I haven't answered your questions. The goal is to answer all the questions at this meeting next week. And after that, we'll ask you to make a commitment of whether your child will come to school to come onto campus face to face, or if your child will remain in virtual school after you've had time to get all your questions answered. Of course, as is the nature, unfortunately, of COVID and this international pandemic and the way things are working, some things are not predictable and we don't have all the answers. And everything has to be flexible. We are all learning that more than anything, I know, is being flexible and working together. So if I'm not able to answer you with a full and direct answer, please know that it is purely because we know that we don't have all the answers, and we do have to be flexible in some cases. But I will do my absolute best to give you all the answers that I have. So I look forward to seeing all of you, parents and families of pre-kinder, kinder, prep, and first grade students next week. Again, look for an email later today or tomorrow over the weekend with an exact time. It will be a Zoom meeting in my Zoom room. So please look for that email. It's going to be a really important meeting, and I don't want anyone to miss it. Okay? I hope this is good news to you. It is certainly good news to myself and all of the teachers and staff on campus. We are also excited to see kids in person. We're really looking forward to it. So it's very exciting news for us. We are very busy getting ready with all the details. So please be patient if I take longer than the normal couple hours to get back to you. Again, I hope to answer everything next week at the meeting. For now, I wish you a wonderful weekend, much deserved rest, and enjoy. I'll see you next week. Thank you.